mega don, the mega don, the mega don. Ladies and gentlemen, doing now with the sing Megadon.
I was at MTV. The only
must have just left.
I just left. The band artist. I'll tell you who was banned when I was there, and I couldn't believe it. There was a There was a dollar box for anybody who said French Montana name. This on guard. You couldn't say French Montana name in the office, and it wasn't us. The staff, everybody on the staff was fucking with French. It was from the top down. For whatever reason, they had something against French. So we used to speak in code. Yo, you heard that new Paris, Oregon joint? This on everything, bro. Anybody who was at
Paris, Oregon.
Remember that shit. And you said French Montana name, you had to drop $1 in the box. So French was looking at us like we was crazy. XXL, they put me on, And he looking at the staff like we was crazy. But
that's crazy.
I don't know, they had something.
Me and Mac used to argue about this one. I'm pulling all cards. Me and Mac used to argue about this.
This ain't my corner no more.
Term was there, bro. No, I know. We're going to talk about you rapping and all that, but we have to talk about certain shit because there's no way as a respectable rapper you weren't thinking certain thoughts through all these years.
Right. But I'm saying I'm at Genius now. That's why I mean this ain't my corner.
Now, you got the perfect job now
because
you can get away with like being a rapper and a genius. I don't know. But listen,
he's working with lyrics.
You told me, the first time Mac Miller ever came to New York, ever to like some studio shit. Well, first of all, it was in this room on my show. But then he came back the next weekend to come to my crib. And I told Rob, yo, this kid's gonna be one of the freshmen. And Rob said, absolutely not.
I didn't say it. I couldn't say it.
You said there's no way. Term, help me out. Help me out, Term.
I wasn't there for that, yo.
You were there.
I mean, I was there for that, but I don't remember that conversation. I'm not taking sides.
And then you were there again when we did the Freeway EP, and Mac came through for that, too.
Yeah, listen. But because I was one of the ones advocating for Mac. I always fucked with Mac. What I probably said at that point, because I remember when Artie Pitt first was bringing him over to Rostrum, and he was like, yo, what's up? What you think of this kid? And it was just kind of like freestyles. And I was like, yo, he's dope. He can rap.
Nah, I knew he was going to be.
I said, if you could teach him how to make songs, this is before kids. I said, if he learns how to make songs, he'll be dope. And that early on, we didn't know if Mac could make songs yet. That same night in your crib.
Well, he came here the day Kids came out. It was his birthday. It was his 18th birthday. He came here.
I remember, and then Kids was out. But the funny thing that people don't know is when Kids was out, he had Donald Trump already because we was in your crib.
Yeah.
And Quentin, shout out to Quentin Cuff. Quentin Q was like, yo, we got a record that we holding for the next project. And he played me Donald Trump. And that was at your crib. And after that, I said, yo, y'all got one.
Let me put this in perspective for you rednecks that voted for Donald Trump. This dude was beefing with Mac Miller 4 years ago, and now he's the fucking president.
Fuck him. He called him a dog. I ain't like that.
Yo, go on YouTube and look up Donald Trump, Mac Miller. You can't just do that because Mac Miller's song's gonna come up.
Yeah.
You gotta put something else, like Donald Trump responds to Mac Miller.
We don't fuck with
and there's fucking minutes of audio of Donald Trump talking to the camera like he's running for president, talking about Mac Miller, bro. This dude was beefing with rappers, and now he's the president. Fuck is going on out there?
Fuck him. We ain't riding with him just for that.
Anyway, shout out to Mac. Shout out to, remember Action came through, the Freeway joint?
Yep.
And no one knew who Action was.
Action was on crutches. Wasn't he still on crutches at that point?
He was like, I want to get on the shit. Everybody curved him, and then after Freeway, he's like, yo, I love Action. Should have had him on the joint.
I remember Action came through, and then, because when he started the bubble, I was like, yo, that's the dude from Static Crib.
Yo, that crib was legendary, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Freddie Gibbs, Action, Mac Miller, a lot of those careers started in
Joey used to ride a skateboard
and climb over the back. He never came in through the door ever. He would climb over the back fence and come in
like
through the
16.
And for y'all who don't understand, like, I'm a journalist at this time. At this time, I'm probably at XXL. Definitely at XXL. And I always loved the rap, so I would go to Static Crib because it was like inspiration being there because everybody would come through and I get to lay my verse. But I would lay my verse early, and then when the freeways and terms would come, I would go back into journalist mode, and it was like Superman Clark Kent.
That's cool though. I like multitasking to shit.
Static is like come around 4 o'clock before everybody gets there.
Yo, but it was like literally. No one's dope. Last night I gotta commend everybody from Rockefeller. Last night I went to the thing at the Highline.
Yeah.
It's The Real did a great job. They did a podcast live on stage, and they had everybody from Rockefeller. They had. The only person missing was Emery and like one other person. But like they had Biggs, hip hop, Young Guru, Just Blaze, Freeway, Young Guns. They had like a lot of the crew up. Shout out to man, everybody was up there.
Yeah, man. I mean, Rockefeller inspired so much of what we do. I was upset that I missed it.
Shaka.
I had my EP listening, Right to Dream. My new EP is out at midnight. You know what I'm saying? And I had to listen yesterday, so it was at the same time, unfortunately, as It's the Real, so I couldn't go.
Thanks for the invite. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, you Rock Nation now. I knew where your allegiance was. Nah, real talk. I thought you was on tour. Like
that shit was over early,
bro.
That shit was like an hour and a half long. Me and Tom went Soul House at the pool.
Motherfucker get signed to Rock Nation. It's a whole different energy. Keep that same energy.
The way they talk
Keep
about
that same energy.
Christy at Rock Nation.
Yo, listen. Shout to Christy. Listen.
You should see
what they were
we
talking
out,
about. They were talking about baseline, and Just Blaze was talking his shit as he deserves to. And he was saying, like, yo, it's a 24-hour thing. Young Guru said he would go home like 1 out of 13 days or some shit.
They live there.
24 hours the shit was running. Right. And that's how Phil the Show Off Basement was.
Yeah, it was getting
literally rapid, like I'd wake up and go downstairs and Saigon would be on the couch or whoever, and we'd be working 24/7. And it didn't feel like work. It was like, yo, we're doing this is it.
I appreciate it. More than anything, I appreciate that because I learned a lot about just what it takes to put a verse together or a song together. From watching Turn do it or watching Freeway, like I got to watch Freeway record a whole EP.
People don't know how
less than
Freeway is, bro.
hours.
Freeway's
nasty.
He might be the quickest. He don't write. He does it all in his head, and the way he does it, it's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You know what was the illest shit changed my life? I watched Fame. I watched Lil Fame lay a verse in your crib. I was like,
Hovain.
He was like smacking the wall, bam, bam, bam. Like he's so loud.
Like, Fame, I don't care about the music, but you're louder than the music. Please stop smacking the wall.
Give me a word, son. Give me a word, son.
I appreciate that, bro, because you ain't had to. You could have been like, nah, man. You a journalist.
We loved it when you came through, because the thing is, like, that was like rap club, right? Like rap, like fight club. You know what I'm saying? We're all in there trying to have the best verse. Like the day he did the Freeway thing, it's like me, Fame, Freeway, then Smith and Wesson, you know, Tech, whatever, like all these different MCs and Mac Miller, and everybody wants to have the hottest verse. So you in there writing, so we all trying to impress you as well.
Everyone as he writes.
You feel me?
That was my whole point. Let's play a song off your new EP, man.
Right to Dream, WRIT.
Rob, you were real cool with Prodigy, right?
Yeah, man, I had a lot of love for I don't know, like real cool, like. But he just trusted me enough to tell his story several times, and I always loved him for that. I had a lot of love for Prodigy. I saw him a week before he passed, and it hurt. That one stung.
Yeah, man. The reason I asked that is because I think you should pay homage when I drop this shit. Shout to Alchemist. Let's go like this. Rob Markman's in here.
Okay. Just catch this flow.
Rob Markman, BK Syph.
Right to Dream.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Okay, I got you. Heard they mad about to roll out for the debut. Dog, don't blame me, blame your label. Don't blame me, blame your manager. I need a meal for the fam, don't be mad at us. We only fucking with fam like the Lannisters. Mop the competition up like the janitors. Mop the competition up like Annie up. Bang this in your whip, fuck the Camry up. Shout out Hovain, they said I was so vain. Now they see the interviews all over the globe, man. Plus I can rap too, shit I want the whole thing. And don't short me a dime, please, you don't want to play with the king. Okay, Kyrie, I'm feeling myself, don't mind me. I met Mary J, she said you remind me. Yeah, it's like I've been here before. On the Bad Boy tour, rocking linen galore. Just make sure my rider right. Safe to say, they fucking with the rider, right? Yeah. Right to Dream, let's go, Rob Markman.
Nice.
He out here, man.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? DJ Static Select, the show off. Shout out my man Donald Cole. He's been holding down the show for the last couple of years, doing that video work. Pay attention.
So I just want to let you guys know, there's a dude, Ronald, Donald, something like that. The guy's legit. The guy is always persistent, and he's always there.
Let me tell you one thing. Good dude, good head on his shoulders, very reliable, easy to work with.
Some people see these videos that go on the internet. Some go viral with rappers talking. This dude's there with a steady hand.
He's one hell of a videographer, and he's a really good photographer.
Tell him you need him in your life to make the sunshine. Why not?
This here's an anthem, make the crowd shout like babies having tantrums. Mega the Phantom, no opera, just a black man spitting them bars. Black booth, one mic stand. The strands of my afro connect
source, and energy comes to me in the form of thoughts, translated into English by my pineal, the cone head. Cones can't copy the style, cause they tone dead.